Actors, actresses, have you ever forgotten something? Have you ever picked up your phone and you knew initially what you were going for, but then the moment you picked it up, you see all those apps and then there's notifications and new email. Right? You momentarily just forgot what you were initially picking it up for, at least temporarily. Why is that? Why are we so short-circuited? Is there something wrong with our brain? Are we getting old before our time, whether we're 19, 20, or 40, or 60, or 2? No. Actually, there's a rhyme and a reason for this. And I'm going to give you a solution for it if you stay with me. So stay with me. Now allow me to share with you something that is fascinating. It is found, I found it at questioncity.com. Don't question what I'm about to question, just listen. Does thought, our thoughts, take place at the fastest speed possible? In times past, this was held to be true, which explains the expression, quick as a thought. Today, we know that thought is an impulse that must travel along a nerve fiber in our body. At this speed, it can be measured accurately. The surprising thing is that thought turns out to be very slow. A nerve impulse moves at the speed of only about 155 miles an hour. This means that the message can be sent more quickly outside our body than from one part of our body to another. Television, radio, and telephone all convey messages that move swiftly than our nerves do. They move more swiftly than our nerves do. Remember that. A thought traveling by nerve from New York to Chicago would arrive hours later than the same thought sent by telegraph, radio, telephone, or television. So let's look at that just for a minute, shall we? TV, radio, or social media all convey messages more swiftly than our nerves do. So this would explain a lot, because you and I have thoughts every day, don't we? Of course. You're thinking about what I'm talking about right now. And actually, so am I. So when we're filled up with TMI, it overloads. It overloads our sensories. We have 5 senses, as I say in acting, sense memory. We have sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. Say, for example, let's take our phone again, okay? I do not know, I must confess, I do not know how many apps I have. I never really bothered to count them. Have you? No. You just find a new app, and ooh, that'll help me organize. That'll help me do this and this and the other thing. And then I have an app for the app, which helps me to be more organized. Okay, that was really fast in what I just said. Okay, it was faster than I could speak. So let's slow down now. When we have so many buzzes, so many alarms, so many apps that make different sounds, and we're constantly going like this, like a frog with a hot foot, jumping here, jumping there, everywhere, okay? We tend to get overloaded. Have you ever felt overloaded? Of course. That's because even though our thoughts initially travel faster than the speed of light, exactly estimated about 15 times faster than the speed of light. That is 15 times 182,000 miles per second. It boggles the mind how fast it is. However, when it travels through our nerve impulses, our fibers of our body, from here to our extremities, it slows down. And why does it slow down? Because we are not computers. Because we have the ability that computers don't have to slow down, to step back, and to reflect on choices that we can make. Choices that are good, choices that are not so good. And this is why we forget. And this is why when we pick up our phone or go on our computer, forget about why exactly we did it. We're overloaded. It has nothing to do with ADHD. It has nothing to do, although it can cause that. Although it can cause problems in your nervous system. This is why we as actors, and I've said this before, I say it to my students, I say it to you too, we need to slow down. I poke fun at it once in a while, but seriously, it affects your nervous system. When we are overloaded, and excuse me, let me correct that. When we overload ourselves, because it's a choice. We have a hand, we pick this up, right? And it just is there. It didn't jump into our hands, do that. It didn't do that, right? We pick it up because we want to. But many times we are so inundated with TMI, we forget about NEA, which is not enough action. Too much information and not enough action equals temporary amnesia. and it slows our ability down to think. If you have ever experienced that, and I have too, that is an indication your body is telling you, actors and actresses, to slow down. This is the beauty of acting. This is why I love acting. It's not to be famous. It's not to be wealthy and rich. It's actually one of the most healthiest endeavors and careers that you could ever participate in, because it demands that you stay in the moment. It demands that you stay in the moment. There is a book out there that I want you to get. It's called Instant Acting. It's right there. See it? I want you to get it. And it will teach you how to slow down. My mother bought it for me when she was upon the earth, and she's in heaven now, but she's always supported me in my endeavors as an actor. So I want you to buy it. I want you to read it. Go on thriftbooks.com. It's a lot cheaper than Amazon. And read it. There is something so powerful about slowing down, and I'll tell you what it is right now. Go like this with me. Try that. Go ahead, try it. Did you try it? Good. Doesn't it feel wonderful? Exactly. Your brain needs to slow down. Even though your thoughts travel 15 times faster than the speed of light, you do have a physical body, you do have a nervous system, and it has to process through your body, through your physical body, through your emotions, through your intellect. That's how God created us to be. He didn't create us to do this, to do 2,000 things at 2,000 or 3,000 things at a time. This is why there is nothing wrong with you. This is why that you have temporary amnesia, absent-mindedness, when you pick up the phone, when you're overwhelmed, and you're checking 5 different social media platforms, and you're keeping up with this, and liking this, and not liking this, and putting down this, and putting down different, and putting down comments. And at the end of the day, if you want to be totally honest with me, do you feel fulfilled when you have days like that? No. No, you don't. No. And then it's a vicious cycle. If you keep going subconsciously and habitually like that, then you wonder, why didn't I study for that audition? Oh, I guess I'm just too busy. You're not too busy. You're not too busy. And believe you me, I'm on your side, because social media, I'm not against social media. Well, I'm a YouTuber, okay? Social media, the moguls, the leaders of social media, as well as the government, they know what social media does to the brain. They study this. And if you don't believe me, how do you think I found out these statistics? So now that I told you a little bit about the mental health of actors and how to improve it, how do we improve it? After all, there is the problem, and then there's the solution. And problems can't exist without a solution, right? Go on a diet. Go on a digital diet. That's what I said, a digital diet. Your hand, is it shaking right now? Yeah, I know how that is. Okay, leave the phone at home. Leave the phone alone. In fact, I'm going to show you someone in their 20s. I ran across this, actually I didn't, my brother gave it to me. This is an amazing video, and I want you to watch it more than once, because your brain needs to process this information. This story is absolutely fascinating. It's all about taking notes. It's all about the phone and how this young man changed the way he thought and changed his beliefs. It is an amazing transformation. I'm going to give you this title in this YouTube video, and I want you to look it up immediately after you subscribe, like, and share my video. If you need a coach, I may be the one for you. 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co, �DavidThompsonCoaching.co. I have a mastermind course and a lot of other things I would want you to take the time to slow down and check out. If you slow down, you're going to appreciate your life more. You're going to find things that you've overlooked, and you'll have more control over your life if you slow down. Your mental health will skyrocket. I will see you next time.